The Dream Team consists of 3 people, George, SapNap, and of course Dream. So my challenge for today's video is to make them into different mobs in Minecraft, and it turned out, well, you're about to see. Before we get into it though, make sure that you're subscribed. It's free and you can always unsubscribe. Anyway, let's jump into it. So we're starting off with George, and the first mob that I'm going to show you is the Enderman. As you can see, his glasses glow in the dark, which is actually really cool, especially when you're in a dark cave or something. It can definitely stand out. And the way I did this is obviously by just changing the texture of the regular Enderman's eyes, because the regular Enderman's eyes also glow. As always, the Enderman again looks like he's in pajamas, and as I explain in every single video, that is because the texture for the arms is the same for the legs. Let's move on to the Ravager, and the first thing you notice is the glasses. I mean, look at them, they look ridiculous, especially when you put it on a Ravager. Also, as you can see, the horns look kind of strange, but in my opinion, they don't look really bad. They just look kind of strange, especially on a human head. And as you can see the Supreme logo on top, and this is also how the Pillager looks riding the Ravager, which is very cursed, honestly. And that's also how I made the Pillagers, since we're already here. But yeah, just imagine how a raid would look with this texture pack. Now, the Phantom is a bit different than the Ravager. As you can see, they're a lot smaller, especially their faces. I mean, it's just so squished together that basically all that could fit on it is his glasses. Now, the thing is, on this Phantom, the wings do look a bit ugly, because I mean, I had to make it out of the shirt, which is just regular blue, which doesn't really fit onto a Phantom in my opinion. And something else that you probably already noticed is the glowing glasses, which is exactly the same as the Enderman have it. And again, you can see the Supreme logo. So yeah, all around, it's pretty cool. Finally, onto something a bit cute, and that is the bee. As you can see, it just looks extremely clouted. I mean, the cloud glasses just fit the bee a lot more than all the other animals, or mobs I should say. But I will say, the glasses are a lot smaller on the bee compared to all the other ones, because obviously, a bee is basically a square with very limited space. So I had to do what I could with it. But when I was making this texture pack, for some reason, when I first saw it, it kind of looked like a rubber to me, or an eraser for the Americans. And yeah, as always, you should probably not make it mad, because well, this is gonna happen. Next up is the skeleton, and that does include the wither skeleton as well as the stray. As always, he has the cloud glasses on, but for this one, it's actually 3D, because well, the skeleton allowed it, and all the other ones just didn't. And the skinny model honestly adds to the really dumb look that the skeleton has, which honestly happens every time I make anything a skeleton. But the cool thing about this mob is that it kind of looks like a regular player, although it's not as close as a zombie, which is basically a normal player with their hands up, but it still does look like a player, which I think is really cool. But yeah, I'm not going to waste your time showing the zombie because, well, it's kind of self-explanatory. So yeah, okay, let's go on to the next part of the video, which is SapNap. And as you can see, the first thing that we're going to be looking at are the villagers, and look at this swag, my guy. It's obviously just his normal skin, but his arms are kind of crossed, as obviously villagers have crossed arms. And just analyzing the skin, he obviously has those Vans, what I could only assume are Adidas trousers, although they only have 2 stripes for some reason, and obviously his headband, which honestly on some of the mobs that I made looks really cool, and I'm going to be pointing them out quite a lot. But obviously these villagers need protecting, so just wait until I show you the Iron Golem, because it's honestly really cool. Anyway, let's go into the Nether now, and let me show you the blaze. The first thing that I found quite cool about the blaze is that obviously SapNap has a fire logo on his Minecraft skin, but the reason why I think that's pretty cool is because obviously a blaze is literally, I don't know, a head that's on fire with sticks around it. Now the ironic thing is, you can't even see the flame logo that I'm on about, because obviously a blaze doesn't have a body. It's literally just a head with sticks around it. Speaking of the sticks, I really like how they look, because the white bits on top of them really help it stand out. So you know, when you're speed running, or maybe you could even be playing regular Minecraft, these blazes are going to be very hard to miss. So honestly, it's quite useful. Now the next one is a panda, and this one is quite interesting because SapNap's name used to be Pandas. SapNap flipped the word pandas to create SapNap. And in the Dream SMP video, I also use this texture, so yes, this is a recycle. But I mean, why should I make a new one if this one looks so good? I mean, as you can see, it looks quite cute, especially the baby ones. They're also black and white, as obviously SapNap's skin, as well as regular pandas, which are obviously also just black and white, which kind of makes them fit in more to their environment. As you can see as well, I had to take out the nose, because obviously the face just wouldn't fit if I left the nose there. And in general, I think it looks pretty cool. Now the next one is actually quite cursed, and that's because it's a squid. As you can see, it has tiny eyes, which just makes it really cursed. Also, the mouth on the bottom, like actually under the squid, kind of adds to that cursed and just disturbing look. Also, obviously the tentacles are just SapNap's hands, similar to what I did last video with Tommy. And I feel like this is one of the first mobs where the headband just just really fits in. And especially as it's obviously a longer face, so a headband taking up the space kind of just makes it, I guess, fuller, if that makes any sense. Unintentionally, we are still in the water, looking at another water mob, which is the dolphin. For some reason, I'm just really happy about how the nose turned out. Usually I take it out because it just kind of looks ugly and doesn't really fit in, but I feel like for SapNap, it's a bit of a different story. But I did take out the fin on top because it was covering up the fire logo, which is obviously quite important to SapNap's skin. Now, the one thing that I probably could have improved would probably be the tail. As you can see, it's kind of random, and that's just because I kind of put his trousers on the tail, which just kind of doesn't fit in. Plus, I don't really think that looks bad, so I decided to leave it. Again, on this mob, the headband just really looks cool. Same with the fire on top. But let's stop repeating the same thing about the headband and the fire, and let's just move on to the next person, which is Dream. And the first mob that I want to show you is the parrot, and as you can see, it's full green. For some reason, I really like the hair on this parrot because honestly, I don't even know. It just kind of looks cool. Also, I left the beak black because obviously Dream's skin with armor on, it obviously has that black line kind of across his chin, and that's the main thing I try to put on the parrot because obviously I couldn't really fit the Dream logo on the parrot because it's literally like 3 pixels wide. And the cool thing about parrots in general, especially with this texture pack, is that obviously you can put parrots on your shoulders if you tame them, and this is what it looks like. I just think it looks really cool. But let's move on to the wolf/dog. Now let's be honest here, I was pretty creative. The reason why I made Dream the dog is because on George's channel they coded it so that Dream has to be a dog and they try to beat Minecraft, and that's why I made Dream the dog. And as you can see, I kind of fit the logo on. It doesn't look the best, and obviously it's not the same layout of the logo as Dream uses on his skin, but I had to kind of adapt it for it to fit. And also the black thing on his chin kind of makes the dog look really badass, like a police dog or something. And obviously, since it's a dog, you can tame it and it can be your friend, and honestly I think it's probably the best dog on this channel so far. Also, you can obviously have a massive squad of dreams because you know what, you shouldn't follow your dreams, they will follow you. Get it? Okay, that's actually bad advice. Follow your dreams, kids. The most iconic mob in Minecraft is by far the creeper. I mean, it's quite literally on the Minecraft logo, and it's probably the most well-known mob in Minecraft. That's why I made him Dream. As you can see, like with the dog, I was able to fit the logo on the creeper. Something that's really cool about the creeper is that actually the creeper head, as in the item itself that you can place down and stuff, is also a Dream face. So now you can have Dream's head in your Minecraft world. Maybe you want that. But yeah, back to the creeper itself. It does look kind of weird, but in my opinion, it still looks pretty cool. Plus, the creeper is already green, so while it does look out of place, it doesn't look completely bizarre. Next one is the turtle, and at this point, you could probably tell that I'm just looking for big surfaces that I could just put the Dream logo on. So while the main attraction of the turtle is the logo, I do think that the head still looks pretty cool and the rest of the turtle itself. But honestly, just like with the creeper, turtles naturally are already green as well. So again, it doesn't really look that much out of place compared to the regular one. Also, this is how the baby turtles look, and they look honestly so cute. And honestly, especially with the Dream logo on it, and probably my favorite part of it is just looking at it from like a bird's eye view when they swim. I don't know why, it just looks really cool. Remember the sapnaps I showed you earlier in the video? You know, the villagers? Well, they need protection, and as I promised, here is the iron golem. Now, if it looks familiar, that's because it probably is, because I recycled this one from my Dream SMP video, which by the way has 500,000 views, which is absolutely insane. Anyway, back to the golem. I mean, it's literally in the thumbnail of that video, and yeah, it looks pretty buff, which is probably what you would want if he's protecting a village. I also really like how the nose looks. It kind of just fits because obviously, as I said before, the black thing on his chin just kind of, I don't know, makes him look badass, in my opinion. This is also the best mob in this texture pack when it comes to actually integrating Dream's logo onto them, because obviously the iron golem is by far the biggest mob that I could really put the Dream logo on, I guess, apart from the Ravager and the Ender Dragon. And with this guy, the sapnaps of the village are very safe. Okay, it's that time of video where we're gonna check out the Ender Dragon, and honestly, I think this one looks kind of cursed but pretty good. And here it is. As you can see, she has Sapnap's head, Dream's wings, George's like limbs, Sapnap's neck, Dream's body, George's glasses, and in general, it looks like she's having a pretty great time in the end dimension. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you're subscribed, and with that being said, I will see you in the next video.